part 2 of the 11311 Sports Vlog. Now I'm going to talk about the Knicks at Jazz game from last night, but first, some highlights from NBA.com.
The New York Knicks 2-1 so far on their 4-game West trip, wrapping things up in Salt Lake City Wednesday night, where the Jazz hope their recent success against the Knicks continues with their 4th straight win in the series. You should know, Andre Karolinko became a U.S. citizen officially on Monday, so congratulations to him. And here's his first bucket as an American officially. That's good stuff. Amari Stoudemire on the other end. How about the hop step in the paint? It's going to go. Darren Williams struggling his last 3 games from the field, shooting just 32%. Gets a high percentage bucket here. Still just 5 of 13 from the floor in this game. Did score 24 points with 12 assists. Still in the second quarter. Bill Walker getting it going. Walker, 20 points in the first half. Finished with 23. Jazz up by 3. Check out the feed. Williams to Earl Watson, who lays it in. More ball movement here. There's Al Jefferson. Down low, layup, plus the foul. Jefferson, full steam ahead, throws that one down. Amari Stoudemire and Bill Walker having some trouble staying in this game. They started the third quarter in some foul trouble. So both Amari and Walker would sit most of the quarter, so they were pretty thin up front. They'd have to get help from somebody. How about Sean Williams shooting lights out in this thing? Williams, long range, he's all good. He had 25 in the ball game. The fellows on the bench excited. On to the 4th. Jazz leading 104-96. And there's Mehmet Okur. Lays it in, and he's fouled. Karolinko follows with the big jam there. Jazz hitting on all cylinders, 118-107. And it's C.J. Miles from miles away. His 3 is good. Out of a timeout, Mike D'Antoni draws up this play for Amari Stoudemire. He hits the 3. He had 22 in the game. 23 straight games now with 20 or more, but the Jazz get the win. They've now beaten the Knicks 4 straight times. They continue to have their number.
Now, the video talks about Amari Stoudemire, but it doesn't mention that he had 22 points. It also doesn't mention that Chandler had 14 points. And the video doesn't mention for the Jazz side that Andre Karolinko had 14 points, AK-47, still doing it big in Utah. Millsap had 17 points, unfortunately. And Al Jefferson had 19 points. And Raja Bell added 18 points. Keys for this game for the Knicks. They got into foul trouble very early, as the video mentions. Amari Stoudemire had about 5 or 4 fouls. Wilson Chandler had 4 fouls. Bill Walker had 4 fouls. Raymond Felton had 5 fouls. So they were getting in foul trouble because of inconsistent officiating. That's another key that I need to mention. The referees in Utah seemed like they called just about everything for Utah. They were not really calling that much on Utah for the Knicks, I noticed. I'm sorry to sound off on the refs, but it's inconsistent officiating. I remember that on one play, Raymond Felton took a charge on Deron Williams, and they didn't call anything. But on the other end, Al Jefferson was given a foul call. Inconsistent officiating, because obviously Raymond Felton did take the charge. He had his feet set and he was ready to take the charge, and he got no call. And the Knicks had no defense. The Knicks just looked stagnant on defense, like they weren't doing anything defensively. And keys for the Jazz, they were doing everything right. They had great offense, great defense. They got fouls, or they got calls from the referees. So they were just about doing everything right. So that sums up this sports vlog. So this is the BX Bowler 11311 Sports Vlog. Signing out.